He'll join the rotation, and we're really looking forward to what he's capable of doing.
What's your thinking in that move?
We've talked about it for a while. Jordan's now healthy. A couple things came to mind when we reported at spring. One, his health. Two, making sure that he felt in control of his outings every time he was out there and not speeding things up. And the third thing was a maturity thing. Are you going to be able to handle starting every 5 days in the in-between time and making sure that you are both ready physically and mentally for that start? And he's more ready than ever, and we're looking forward to it.
Will there be a pitch count to begin with him? Or?
Sure, he'll be limited. We'll keep a close eye on it, but we'll roll him out there every 5 days to see how it goes.
How did he, because he's no stranger to starting, he did most of the time in the minors,
Yeah.
how did he react to that?
This is something that Jordan's hoped for a while now. We talked about it. He went out, had several outings, sat back down, and told him that he'd fill that position, and he was hopeful that'd be the case.
Will he have to adjust his approach much as a guy who's got to stretch it out more? He obviously has a repertoire. I think he can't necessarily show it if he's pitching one inning. Will that change his approach at all?
It might. I mean, I've been asked as far as velocity goes, will he tone it down a little bit in order to get more length? We'll see. Hard is hard, so if he's toned down at 100, I think it's still very difficult to hit.
I think what ended up happening with Hicks, and this is something we discussed back in October, how do we put a plan together that allows him to contribute but stay healthy? And the medical team, our performance team, just really pushed us in the direction of trying to have him be a starter. And so, when he starts, his first outing might be 1 inning. His next one you hope is 2, and his third one 3, and ultimately you hope he can build on that. What that final look looks like, I don't think any of us know for sure, but we're hoping that he can stay healthy all year and that he could be a valuable resource in the rotation and that we have the right people behind him that can then fill those innings.
With his repertoire, Hicks, has the makeup of a guy who should have success as a starter. His stuff is obviously filthy, but can you explain, because when I talk to baseball people who know more than me, which is most of them, they explain that if a guy's coming back from an injury, it's easier for a guy to do that with a set spot like in a starting rotation as opposed to trying to accomplish that working out a schedule out of the bullpen, that it's easier on the arm when there's a set schedule for the guy like a starter has.
So is that a question, or are you telling me?
No, I'm asking you to explain how that works.
Johnny Vooch walked in and he wanted me to look at our roster for a quick signature, but then I kind of was like, God, that's a long question.
No, I mean I was given background that this is what has been explained to me by people that know that it's easier for a guy to coming back from an injury to build back up as a spot in the rotation. So explain the nuances of that.
I shouldn't have teased you because now I've totally lost track of where we are. But look, I think from a medical standpoint, most people always tell you it's easier from having someone that has a routine in the rotation. You don't have something that occurs a lot or very often in the bullpen where you might get someone hot, up, down, multiple times. The predictability of how you're going to be used, when you're going to be used, just makes it from a managing standpoint much easier from the health point of view. And so let's just see where it goes. But, guy's got electric stuff. He had an impressive camp. And most importantly, he feels healthy, and I think he's excited about this opportunity. So fingers crossed, boys.